Rejection. It is a word that feels heavy in the heart. When someone says no to you, when someone turns you away, it feels like the world has pushed you down. Maybe you asked for a job and did not get it. Maybe you told someone you love them, but they did not feel the same. Maybe your idea was ignored, your dream laughed at, or your effort unseen. Rejection hurts. But here is the truth. Rejection is not the end. It is the beginning. Think about it. Every successful person you know today was once rejected. Writers had their books refused. Athletes were told they were not good enough. Businessmen were told their ideas would never work. But instead of breaking, they grew stronger. So my dear friend, if you have ever been rejected, and I know you have, this message is for you. In this lesson, I will share 14 powerful rules to help you accept rejection, learn from it, and rise higher than ever. Follow these rules, and rejection will no longer be your enemy. It will become your teacher, your partner, and your secret strength. Let's begin. Rule 1. Do not take rejection personally. When you face rejection, the very first thought that often comes into your mind is this: something is wrong with me. It feels natural to think this way because rejection touches your emotions directly. Your brain starts to tell stories like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not worthy of love, success, or opportunity. But here is the truth. Rejection is rarely about you as a person. Most of the time, it is about timing, circumstance, or fit, not about your value. Think about this carefully. Imagine you applied for a job and you received a message saying, "We decided to move forward with another candidate." Immediately, your heart may sink. You may feel like you are a failure. But step back and see the bigger picture. Perhaps the company already had someone in mind. Perhaps they needed a skill that was not in the job description. Perhaps the position was filled internally, and your application never even had a fair chance. In this case, the rejection is not about your ability. It is about the company's situation. The same is true in relationships. If you tell someone that you care about them and they do not feel the same way, your first thought may be, "I am not lovable." But this is not true. That person may not be ready. They may be dealing with personal struggles. They may not be in the right emotional place. Or maybe your paths are simply not meant to cross at this time. Their rejection is not proof that you are unworthy of love. It is proof that life is leading you toward a better match. Rejection often feels so personal because we tie it directly to our identity. We think, if they reject my work, they reject me. If they reject my idea, they reject me. If they reject my heart, they reject me. But this is a dangerous way to think. You are not equal to one single idea, job, or moment. You are much more than that. When someone says no, they are not saying no to your entire existence. They are only saying no to one situation. When you stop taking rejection personally, you free yourself. You no longer see it as proof that you are not good enough. Instead, you see it as life directing you. You begin to think, this door closed because another door is waiting. This no is making space for a bigger yes. Suddenly, rejection feels less like a punishment and more like guidance. So, the next time you face rejection, pause before you let self-doubt take over. Remind yourself, this is not about me being less. This is about timing, circumstance, and direction. If you hold this mindset, you will not fall into despair. Instead, you will stand taller. You will learn to move forward with strength. And most importantly, you will protect your self-worth from being damaged by the opinion of others. Because here is the secret. You are not defined by rejection. You are defined by how you rise after it. Rule 2. Feel the pain, but do not stay in it. Rejection hurts. There is no need to pretend otherwise. When someone says no to you, when your effort is turned away, or when your dream is delayed, it can feel like a punch in the heart. It can take your breath away and make you question yourself. And that pain is real. It is human. It is part of being alive. Too many people try to deny this. They say, "I don't care," even when they do. They hide the pain and try to act strong. But the truth is, rejection does hurt, and it is okay to feel that hurt. You are allowed to cry. You are allowed to feel sad. You are allowed to be disappointed. These emotions are not signs of weakness. They are signs that you are human, that you cared enough to try, that you opened your heart, that you stepped out into the world with courage. To feel pain after rejection means you risked something, and that is something to be proud of. But here is where the important rule comes in. You cannot stay in that pain forever. Pain is a visitor, not a place to live. Imagine this. When rejection happens, it is like a storm passing through. The rain falls, the sky turns dark, and the wind blows strong. You can stand under the rain for a little while. You can let it wash over you. But would you build your home there standing under the storm for the rest of your life? Of course not. You would find shelter. You would wait for the storm to pass. The same is true with emotional pain. If you build your home inside rejection, you will never move forward. Some people do this without even realizing it. They replay the rejection in their mind every day. They ask, why did they say no? Why did this happen to me? Why am I not enough? These questions keep them trapped in the pain. Instead of healing, they continue to wound themselves. The better path is to allow yourself to feel, but then make the choice to move. Feel the sadness, yes, but then stand up. Wipe your tears. Say to yourself, I will keep walking. You do not need to rush. You do not need to forget everything overnight. But you must decide not to stay stuck. One small step forward is better than lying down in pain forever. Pain is natural. It is part of life. But staying in pain is a choice. When you hold on to rejection for too long, it becomes your identity. You begin to see yourself only as a person who was rejected, instead of a person who is still capable of great things. Do not let pain become your permanent home. Instead, learn to treat pain like a teacher. Let it come. Let it show you what matters. Let it strengthen your heart. And then let it go. Because beyond the pain, there is always another chance, another road, and another possibility waiting for you. So, remember this rule. Feel the pain, but do not stay in it. Cry if you must, rest if you must, but when the time comes, rise again. Life has more to give you, but only if you keep walking forward. Rule 3. Understand that rejection is redirection. Every rejection is pointing you somewhere. It may not feel like it in the moment, but rejection is often life's way of saying, not this way. Try another road. Many times when a door closes, it is not the end of your journey. It is simply a sign that you are meant to walk through a different door. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who gave the world the light bulb. He tried and failed thousands of times before he finally succeeded. Each failed attempt was a form of rejection. The world seemed to be saying, not this way, Edison. But instead of giving up, he understood that every failure was redirection. Every no from the universe guided him closer to the yes of invention. If he had stopped after one rejection, or even 100 rejections, we might still be living in darkness today. The same principle is true for your life. Maybe you applied for a job and did not get it. Instead of thinking, "I am not good enough," ask yourself, what is life trying to redirect me toward? Maybe the rejection is saving you from a job where you would not have been happy. Maybe it is pushing you to develop new skills that will lead to a better opportunity later. Maybe it is guiding you toward a dream you had not even considered yet. Sometimes, rejection feels like punishment, but in reality, it is protection. Imagine wanting to board a ship, but the captain says there is no space. You feel rejected. Later, you hear that the ship sank in the storm. That rejection saved your life. In the same way, life may reject you from a relationship that would have broken your spirit. It may reject you from a path that would have led to failure. You cannot always see it in the moment, but rejection often saves you from hidden dangers. Another example is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books. Before she became famous, many publishers rejected her work. They told her it was not good enough, not interesting enough, or not marketable. But each rejection pushed her forward, until finally one publisher said, "Yes." That one yes changed her life and the lives of millions of readers around the world. If she had accepted the first no as the end, we would never know the story of Harry Potter. So when life rejects you, pause and ask, what new road is opening for me? Maybe the road is hidden now, but with time, you will see it. The truth is, rejection is not the end of your journey. It is only a turn in the road. A turn that can lead you somewhere better, stronger, and brighter. The next time you face rejection, instead of asking, "Why me?" try asking, "Where now?" This small change in thinking will transform your pain into power. Because rejection, when understood correctly, is not the closing of your life story. It is simply the start of a new chapter. Rule 4. Protect your self-worth. Rejection can feel like an attack on your self-esteem. When someone says no to you, when they do not choose you, or when they ignore your effort, a voice inside your head may whisper, "Maybe I am not good enough." That voice is dangerous because if you believe it, rejection can break you. But here is the truth. Your worth is not decided by someone else's opinion. Let's use a simple example. Imagine a diamond. A diamond is precious, rare, and full of value. Now imagine someone throws that diamond into the trash. Does that diamond lose its value because it is in the trash? Number. It is still a diamond. It still shines. It still has worth, even if the person who threw it away does not recognize it. In the same way, you are valuable no matter what people say or do. Sometimes, people fail to see your worth. A company may reject you without noticing your talents. A person may walk away without appreciating your heart. A teacher may underestimate you, or a friend may ignore your effort. None of these things reduce your value. They only show that the other person could not see what was in front of them. Just because they do not recognize your worth does not mean it disappears. Think of some of the most successful people in history. Many of them were rejected, criticized, and underestimated. Walt Disney was once told he lacked imagination. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. These people faced harsh rejection, but they never allowed others' opinions to define them. They protected their self-worth. They believed in their own value even when others did not. And because of that, they eventually prove the world wrong. You must do the same. Protect your self-worth like a shield. When rejection comes, say to yourself, I am still valuable. I still matter. This rejection does not define me. Speak these words until you believe them. Because the truth is, your value is not in someone's acceptance. It is in who you are. If you give others the power to decide your worth, you will always feel weak. One rejection will make you fall. One criticism will break you. But if you hold your worth inside yourself, nothing can take it away. You will become unshakable. So remember, rejection may hurt, but it cannot erase your value. You are like a diamond. Whether people see your shine or not, you are still priceless. Always protect your self-worth, because it is the foundation that will carry you through rejection, failure, and doubt. And when you stand strong in your worth, rejection loses its power over you. Rule 5. Use rejection as motivation. When most people face rejection, they feel defeated. They cry, they give up, or they begin to believe they cannot succeed. But there is another way to look at rejection. A stronger way. Instead of letting rejection break you, you can use it as fuel. You can let rejection become the fire that pushes you to work harder, become stronger, and rise higher than ever before. Think about athletes, artists, and leaders who achieved greatness. Almost all of them were rejected many times before reaching success. The difference between them and others is that they did not stop. They did not use rejection as an excuse to quit. Instead, they used rejection as motivation. Take the story of Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players in history. When he was young, he was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine how painful that rejection must have felt for a teenager who loved the game. Many would have given up right there. But Michael Jordan chose a different path. He used that rejection to fuel his hunger. He trained harder, practiced longer, and pushed himself beyond limits. Later, he became a legend in basketball, known around the world as one of the best. His rejection became the spark that lit his fire. You can do the same. Every time life tells you no, you can choose to say, I will try harder. Every time someone doubts you, you can say, I will prove them wrong. Rejection, if you allow it, can become your strongest teacher. It can show you where you need to grow. It can give you energy to keep moving forward. Think of rejection as a challenge. It is like life testing you, asking, how badly do you want this? Are you willing to fight for it? Or will you give up when it gets hard? If you let rejection stop you, you fail the test. But if you let rejection push you forward, you grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. Even in personal life, rejection can be turned into motivation. If a relationship ends, instead of thinking, I am not worthy, you can say, I will improve myself, I will grow, I will become the best version of me. If a job turns you down, you can say, I will develop more skills, I will keep applying, and I will find a better opportunity. Every no is not the end of your journey. It is a step on the road to your yes. Many times, rejection simply means you are getting closer to something better. But this is only true if you keep moving. If you stop, rejection becomes failure. If you move forward, rejection becomes motivation. So, the next time you are rejected, do not waste your energy crying for too long. Use that energy to build yourself. Let rejection be your fire, not your cage. Because the truth is, rejection does not have to destroy you. It can make you unstoppable. Rule 6. Separate rejection from identity. One of the biggest mistakes people make after facing rejection is confusing the rejection of their idea, work, or effort with rejection of themselves as a human being. But here is the truth. A rejected idea does not mean you are a rejected person. A rejected job application does not mean your whole life is rejected. A failed attempt at love does not mean you are unlovable. You must learn to separate the two. Think about this. Imagine an author writes a book and sends it to a publisher. The publisher says, "No." Does that mean the author is worthless? Number. It only means the publisher did not accept that particular book. The book may need improvement, or it may simply not fit the publisher's needs. But too often, the author will think, "I am not good enough." This is the danger. The rejection of the book becomes, in the mind, rejection of the person. This happens to many of us. When a company rejects our application, we feel like we are failures. When a friend ignores us, we feel like we are not valuable. When an idea is laughed at, we feel like we are stupid. But all of this is a lie created by our emotions. The truth is, rejection happens to everyone. But it does not define who you are. Say this clearly to yourself whenever rejection comes. My idea was rejected, but I am not a reject. My application was rejected, but I am not a reject. My love was rejected, but I am not a reject. This difference is powerful. It will save your spirit from being crushed. If you allow rejection to attach itself to your identity, it will poison your confidence. You will begin to see yourself as a failure, and soon you will stop trying. But if you separate rejection from identity, you can look at rejection as just feedback. It is something that happened, not something that defines you. Think about inventors and creators. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times while creating the light bulb. If he had thought, "I am a failure as a person," he would have stopped. But he understood. The attempt failed, not me. That simple mindset kept him going until he succeeded. You must adopt the same attitude. When you are rejected, do not say, "I am not good enough." Instead, say, "This was not the right fit. I can try again. I can improve. I can grow." That way, rejection becomes a moment in time, not a label for your identity. Never let rejection define you. You are not your mistakes, your failures, or your rejections. You are your courage, your persistence, and your ability to rise again. Remember this always. Rejection is about what happened. It is not about who you are. Rule 7. Ask yourself, what can I learn? Rejection is never just an end. It is also a teacher. Every rejection carries a lesson if you are willing to look for it. Too often, when people are rejected, their first reaction is anger or sadness. They ask, "Why me?" They feel unfairly treated, unlucky, or simply unworthy. But asking, "Why me?" keeps you stuck. It focuses on the pain and the unfairness instead of on growth. To turn rejection into strength, you must ask a different question. What can I learn? Every rejection has a hidden message. Sometimes it is about skills you need to develop. Maybe you applied for a job and were turned down because you lacked experience in one area. Instead of feeling defeated, you can see this as a lesson. You now know where to improve. Maybe you presented an idea and it was rejected. That may mean your communication skills need polishing or your timing was off. In every situation, rejection is giving you valuable feedback, even if it is not immediately obvious. Timing is another lesson you can learn from rejection. Perhaps something did not work out because the moment was not right. Life often rejects us not because we are incapable, but because the timing is off. Recognizing this helps you be patient and prepares you for the moment when the yes will come. Every rejection is a gentle nudge from life saying, "Not yet, but soon." Sometimes rejection teaches you about yourself. It can show you your limits, your strengths, or even what you truly want. For example, being rejected from a certain job may reveal that the role or company was not the right fit for your passions. Maybe you wanted acceptance or approval from a person, but the rejection shows you that you need to focus on your own growth and self-respect first. Rejection can guide you toward self-discovery, helping you make better choices in the future. The key is to shift your mindset. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn?" This small change in question transforms rejection from a painful ending into an educational experience. Every no becomes a lesson in patience, skill, resilience, or self-awareness. It trains your mind to look for solutions instead of excuses, to seek growth instead of blame, and to rise stronger instead of falling weaker. Many successful people share this mindset. They do not let rejection destroy them. They let it teach them. They carefully examine what went wrong and how they can improve. This is why they are able to turn obstacles into opportunities. And you can do the same. So the next time you face rejection, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" Look for the lesson hidden inside. Accept it as a guide, not as a punishment. By doing this, rejection stops being a threat and becomes the teacher, preparing you for the next step on your journey. Rule 8. Accept that not everyone will like you. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning that not everyone will like you. No matter how kind, hardworking, or smart you are, some people will not see your value. You may try your best to be helpful, to be loved, or to be respected, and yet there will always be someone who disagrees, judges, or rejects you. This is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply how the world works. Think about it like fruit. You can be the ripest, sweetest apple in the world, full of flavor, nutrition, and beauty. Yet some people will not like apples. They may prefer oranges, bananas, or grapes. That does not make the apple less valuable. It only means that not everyone is looking for what it offers. In the same way, your value does not depend on everyone liking you. Some people will never understand your strengths, your heart, or your potential, and that is okay. Many people waste years of their life trying to please everyone. They change their personality, hide their talents, or avoid expressing themselves just to be accepted. But this is a trap. When you try to be liked by everyone, you lose yourself. You give away your time, energy, and spirit to people who will never appreciate them. Learning to accept that not everyone will like you is a way to protect your heart and focus on what really matters. You only need the right people in your life, the ones who see your value, who support your growth, and who respect you for who you are. Friends, mentors, partners, and colleagues who recognize your worth are the ones who will help you rise. The others? Their opinion is irrelevant. Their rejection is not a judgment of who you are. It is simply a reflection of their own preferences, biases, or limitations. Accepting that not everyone will like you also frees you from unnecessary stress. You no longer need to worry about judgment or criticism. You can live authentically, follow your own path, and invest your energy in people and projects that truly matter. This mindset turns rejection into a blessing because it filters out the noise and focuses your attention on what truly counts. Even famous leaders and thinkers faced this reality. Albert Einstein's theories were rejected by many scientists at first. Some did not understand his ideas, and others dismissed them. But Einstein did not let their disapproval stop him. He focused on the truth he knew and the work he believed in. Later, the world recognized his brilliance. You can do the same. Accept that not everyone will like you, but continue to shine for those who do. So remember, not everyone will like you, and that is perfectly fine. You do not need universal approval to succeed or to be happy. You only need to honor your own value, stay true to yourself, and seek the people and opportunities that recognize your worth. This understanding will give you freedom, confidence, and resilience, turning rejection into a simple, manageable part of life rather than a source of pain. Rule 9. Practice emotional control. Rejection often triggers strong emotions. It can make you angry, frustrated, or upset. You may feel the urge to shout, argue, or prove the other person wrong. You may replay the rejection in your mind again and again, imagining what you could have said or done differently. These reactions are natural, but they are also dangerous. When you let your emotions control your actions, you give away your power. You allow rejection to hurt you twice. First through the initial pain, and second through your uncontrolled reaction. The key is to practice emotional control. Emotional control does not mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that rejection does not hurt. It means acknowledging your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. Take a deep breath. Pause. Give yourself a moment to respond instead of react. By doing this, you create space between the event and your reaction. This space is where your strength lives. Imagine walking away from rejection with calm dignity. You smile, even if faintly. You breathe deeply. You remind yourself, this rejection is not the end of me. I am still in control of my life. This simple act of self-control gives you power. It shows the world, and more importantly, yourself, that your worth is not dependent on others' approval or disapproval. Many people lose opportunities because they let anger or frustration take over. They lash out at colleagues, friends, or loved ones. They argue, plead, or attack, thinking it'll change the outcome. But in reality, emotional reactions rarely help. They often burn bridges, damage relationships, and create regret. Learning to respond with control, however, keeps your path clear and your dignity intact. Emotional control also builds inner strength. Each time you respond calmly instead of reacting impulsively, you strengthen your mind. You train yourself to stay grounded even in the face of disappointment or rejection. Over time, rejection loses its ability to shake you. You begin to face life's challenges with confidence because you know that no external situation can steal your inner peace unless you allow it. Think about leaders, athletes, and successful people. They often face rejection, criticism, or failure, yet they remain composed. They understand that power is not in proving others wrong or expressing anger. It is in staying calm, thinking clearly, and taking action when the time is right. By practicing emotional control, they turn rejection into opportunity instead of letting it become a setback. So the next time you are rejected, remember this rule. Power is in control, not in reaction. Breathe, stay calm, smile if you can. Walk away with dignity. Your emotions are yours to manage, And by doing so, you maintain your strength, protect your self-worth, and keep moving forward toward the success and happiness you deserve. Rule 10. Keep moving forward. Rejection can make you feel like stopping. It can feel like a roadblock, a wall, or even a personal failure. Many people, when faced with rejection, give up. They think, "This is too hard. Maybe I am not meant for this. I should stop." But giving up is exactly what keeps people from achieving their dreams. Success does not come to those who quit. Success comes to those who keep moving forward, no matter how many times they fall or are rejected. Think about babies learning to walk. A baby does not give up after the first fall, or the 10th fall, or even the 100th fall. Every time a baby falls, it gets back up. It tries again, over and over. And eventually, after many falls, the baby walks. The baby does not see falling as failure. It sees it as part of the journey toward learning to walk. Rejection in your life works the same way. Every no or closed door is like a fall. It is not the end. It is a lesson, a moment, a stepping stone toward your goal. The key is to see rejection as temporary. It may hurt. It may be disappointing, but it does not define your future. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Every time you rise after rejection, you are stronger, wiser, and closer to your goal. Momentum comes from persistence, not perfection. You do not need to succeed on the first try. You only need to continue moving. Many successful people faced repeated rejection before reaching their goals. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Each of them could have given up after being rejected. But they kept moving forward. They kept trying. And their persistence created extraordinary success that changed their lives, and the lives of millions of others. Rejection may feel like a fall, but falling is part of growth. What matters is getting up. Stand up, take a step, and move again. Do not focus on the fall or the pain it caused. Focus on the next step. Focus on the next action. Even small steps, repeated consistently, lead to big results. So remember this rule clearly. Keep moving forward. Rejection is not the end of your journey. It is only a pause, a moment to learn, and an opportunity to rise stronger. Like a baby learning to walk, you must fall, get up, and try again. Each step brings you closer to your goal, closer to success, and closer to the life you desire. Never stop moving, because every step counts, and every step builds the path to your success. Rule 11. Build inner strength daily. Rejection is never easy, but it becomes much easier to handle when your inner self is strong. Imagine a tree in a storm. If it has weak roots, the wind can easily topple it. But if it has deep, strong roots, it bends, it sways, and it survives. Your inner strength works the same way. The stronger you are inside, the less rejection, criticism, or failure can shake you. Building inner strength is not something that happens overnight. It requires daily effort, consistency, and focus. There are many ways to strengthen your inner self. Reading inspires your mind and expands your understanding. Learning new skills gives you confidence and prepares you for challenges. Meditation allows you to calm your thoughts and find clarity during difficult moments. Exercising your body improves your physical energy, but also strengthens your mental resilience. Practicing gratitude shifts your attention from what is missing to what you already have, creating a mindset of abundance rather than lack. Each of these practices adds layers to your inner strength, making you less vulnerable to rejection. Think about this. A person who is mentally and emotionally strong will face rejection and see it as a temporary setback rather than a catastrophe. They understand that one no does not define their entire life. They do not crumble or lose hope. They acknowledge the rejection, learn from it, and keep moving forward. This resilience comes from inner strength, strength that is built slowly, steadily, and intentionally. Even small daily habits contribute to this power. Waking up early and starting your day with a positive mindset strengthens your discipline. Reading a chapter of a motivational book trains your focus. Writing down what you are grateful for each day shifts your perspective. Spending time in reflection helps you understand your emotions and process pain effectively. Over time, these small actions create a foundation of mental toughness, emotional balance, and self-confidence. Many people are destroyed by rejection because they have not built their inner strength. Their sense of self is fragile, easily shaken by others' opinions. But those who cultivate their inner world remain grounded. They know their value, they trust their abilities, and they are prepared to face life's challenges with courage. Inner strength does not make rejection disappear, but it gives you the power to survive it, learn from it, and grow stronger. Remember this: every day you invest in your inner self, you are planting roots that cannot be broken easily. Rejection will come. It is part of life. But when your inside is strong, rejection cannot control you. Like a well-rooted tree that bends in the wind but does not break, you will survive, rise, and continue your journey. So start today. Read, learn, meditate, exercise, and practice gratitude. Build your inner strength daily. Because the stronger you are inside, the less rejection can shake you, and the more unstoppable you become. Rule 12. Do not beg for acceptance. Rejection can make us feel desperate. It can make us want to plead, explain, or beg someone to accept us. But here is a hard truth. Begging will never increase your value. In fact, it often does the opposite. When you lower yourself to seek approval from others, you shrink in your own eyes. You give away your dignity and power, and no acceptance gained through begging is ever truly fulfilling. Think about it like this. Imagine a diamond that someone throws on the ground. You can try to pick it up and convince others to see its beauty, but begging will not make it more valuable. Its value exists regardless of whether anyone acknowledges it. You are like that diamond. Your worth does not increase or decrease based on other people's opinions. Begging for acceptance is like trying to convince someone that the diamond is precious. It is unnecessary, and it diminishes your confidence. Many people make this mistake without realizing it. They constantly seek validation from friends, coworkers, or even strangers. They compromise their beliefs, over-explain themselves, or go out of their way to be liked. But seeking approval from everyone is impossible. No matter what you do, there will always be people who do not see your value. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay unhappy is simple. Successful people respect themselves enough not to beg. When someone rejects you, stand tall. Accept their decision without begging or pleading. Respect yourself enough to let them go if they do not see your worth. This does not mean you are proud, arrogant, or unkind. It means you value yourself enough to preserve your dignity. The right people, the ones who will recognize and appreciate your value, will never require you to beg for their attention or acceptance. They will see you as you are, and they will value you without hesitation. Think about your heroes, mentors, and people you admire. They never begged for approval. They faced rejection with grace, learned from it, and moved forward. They understood that people who truly matter will never need convincing. This mindset gives them freedom. It allows them to focus on their growth, their goals, and the relationships that truly enhance their lives. Begging only distracts you from your path and binds you to people who do not belong in your journey. So remember this rule clearly. Do not beg for acceptance. Stand tall. Value yourself. Let go of those who do not recognize your worth. Your life is too precious to waste chasing approval from those who cannot see your value. By respecting yourself, you protect your spirit, maintain your dignity, and open space for the right people and opportunities to enter your life naturally. In the end, acceptance that comes freely is the only kind worth having. Begging only weakens you, while self-respect strengthens you. Always choose strength, dignity, and confidence over desperation. Rule 13. Trust the bigger plan. Rejection often feels unfair. You give your best effort, you invest your heart and energy, and yet life says no. In the moment, it hurts deeply. You may feel confused, frustrated, or even angry. You might ask, why me? Why now? What did I do wrong? These questions are natural, but they can keep you stuck in pain if you focus on them too long. The truth is, rejection is rarely about punishment. It is often about guidance. It is life's way of redirecting you towards something better. Think about your life like a journey along a winding road. Sometimes you may want to go straight, but the road curves. At the time, it may feel like an obstacle or an unfair block. But later, when you look back, you realize that the curve led you to a better view, a safer path, or a more rewarding destination. Rejection works the same way. It may close a door, but it often opens a path you could not see before. Many successful people have learned to trust the bigger plan. Steve Jobs was once fired from the very company he created, Apple. At the time, it must have felt devastating and unfair. But years later, he realized that this rejection allowed him to explore new opportunities, start new ventures, and return to Apple stronger than ever. The rejection was painful, but it was part of a bigger plan that eventually led to extraordinary success. Rejection can protect you. Sometimes what you want is not what you need. A job, relationship, or opportunity may seem perfect, but it may not be the right fit for your growth, your happiness, or your long-term goals. When life says no, it may be shielding you from failure, heartache, or a path that would not serve your highest good. Trusting the bigger plan allows you to see rejection as a friend rather than an enemy. Believing in the bigger plan does not mean doing nothing. It means taking action with faith. Keep learning, growing, and moving forward while trusting that life is guiding you. Every rejection is part of a story you cannot yet see. Every no may be preparing you for a yes that is greater than you imagined. So the next time you face rejection, pause and remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a redirection. This is life guiding me towards something better. Trust that the bigger plan is at work, even if you cannot see it now. Believe that rejection today can become a blessing tomorrow. With patience, persistence, and faith, you will discover that what seemed like a loss was actually the beginning of a greater opportunity. Rule 14. Remember, rejection is not the end. The most important rule of all is simple. Rejection is not the end. It may feel final in the moment. It may sting, burn, or weigh heavily on your heart. You may feel as if the door has closed forever. But the truth is, rejection is never the last word. It is just one chapter in your life, one moment in your journey, and one experience in a much larger story. Many people stop after facing rejection. They quit their dreams, abandon their goals, or silence their voices. Their stories end quietly, unnoticed. The world never sees the potential they had. Their talents remain hidden, their ideas unfulfilled, and their dreams unachieved. These are the lives that fade into the background because rejection became a full stop rather than a comma in their story. But the people who rise after rejection are the ones who change history. They are the ones who continue despite setbacks, who use rejection as fuel, and who refuse to let a no define their path. Think about Thomas Edison, who faced countless failures while inventing the light bulb. Each failed attempt could have ended his journey. Yet he persisted, learning from each rejection, and ultimately illuminated the world. Think of J.K. Rowling, whose manuscript for Harry Potter was rejected multiple times before becoming a global phenomenon. Her story did not end at rejection. It began its rise. Rejection is a natural part of life, but it does not have to be a stopping point. Each no you face is an invitation to keep going, to try again, and to grow stronger. It is a spark, not a chain. Every time you feel rejected, remind yourself that your story is still unfolding. One closed door does not mean the journey is over. One setback does not mean your dreams are impossible. Life's greatest achievements often come after repeated rejection, struggle, and perseverance. Your resilience is your greatest weapon. Each time you stand up after a rejection, you build character, courage, and determination. You develop a mindset that cannot be shaken easily. You gain experience, insight, and strength that will guide you in the future. Rejection is not an end. It is training, shaping you for the challenges and victories ahead. So do not let rejection end your story. Let it be the spark that ignites a new chapter, a new attempt, and a new opportunity. Keep writing, keep moving, and keep believing in yourself. The world is full of people who have faced rejection and gone on to achieve greatness. You can be one of them. Your story is far from over, and the best chapters may still be waiting. Remember, rejection is temporary, but your determination can be permanent. Let rejection guide you, teach you, and strengthen you, but never let it define you or stop your journey. Your story is yours to write, and the next page is always waiting. Final words for you. My dear friend, rejection is a part of life. It happens to everyone, at every stage, and in every walk of life. You may face it in love, in work, in friendship, or even in your dreams. And when it comes, it often feels like a heavy weight, pressing down on your heart and mind. You may feel hurt, disappointed, or even lost. But here is the truth you must remember. Rejection is not a monster. It is a teacher. It comes not to destroy you, but to guide you, to redirect you, and to prepare you for what is truly meant for your life. If you are rejected, do not fight it. Do not fear it. Accept it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to grow stronger. Life has a way of closing doors that are not right for you, only to open ones that lead to better opportunities, better people, and better outcomes. Every no is a step toward your yes. Every rejection is a lesson that brings you closer to the path that is meant for you. Follow these 14 rules we have discussed, and you will notice a transformation in yourself. Rejection will no longer feel like a weakness or a failure. Instead, it will become a source of strength, resilience, and courage. Your mindset will shift, and you will approach challenges with confidence rather than fear. You will learn to separate rejection from your self-worth, to keep moving forward, and to trust that the bigger plan is always working in your favor. Here at English Achieve, we believe that life's lessons are as important as success itself. Every rejection, every setback, and every moment of doubt is an opportunity to grow, learn, and rise higher than you did yesterday. The world is full of people who stopped because of rejection. They allowed a single no to define their entire story. But you do not have to be like them. You can be the one who rises again and again, no matter how many times life says not yet. So, my dear friend, remember this always. Rejection does not mean you are finished. It means you are being prepared. It means you are being tested, strengthened, and guided towards something greater. Accept it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Your story is not over. It is just beginning. Stand tall, hold your head high, and step into the next chapter of your life with courage, determination, and the unshakable belief that your best is yet to come.